Hello and welcome back to Citizen Pew. This is Citizen Pew Commentary, and this is a video from my little gun room here and my workbench in the background. I haven't done a video like this in a while. I was doing 2 videos a week for a while there, but I've had a lot going on. Some home improvement stuff, just redid a bathroom, a laundry room, and finishing up a kitchen, getting ready to start a deck, and I am getting married here soon too. So I had been stepped down to 1 video a week, and today was going to be the same. And actually, this was going to be supposed to be a video at the range demonstrating something, but when I recorded it, my GoPros were not able to handle the heat as well as I was. It was about 100 degrees, and the humidity was just off the charts. Anyhow, I'd been out there already a few hours. The GoPros out there in the heat, they just couldn't cut it. They kept shutting off. So I'm just going to do a video here from the desk. So, and I hope to get bring these back too, once all of the stuff I got going on slows down, which hopefully this fall, it's going to be colder outside. Not going to be doing as many projects and all that. So hopefully I'll be back to 2 videos a week in about maybe a month or 2. So anyhow, so this is a video from the desk. Anyhow, so as you saw in the thumbnail, there's some things I wanted to talk about. A couple cool things, I think, personally. And then I want to talk about some new stuff. So, all right, here we go. So the first item here is this Springfield. Now, this is a Springfield XPM Elite. And there it is right here. Let's see if I can get a good view of it. I got the website pulled up, so in case my webcam here isn't giving you the full awesomeness of it. But this is it right here. So, yep. Now, I have personally, and you might not believe this, but I have personally never owned a Springfield Armory firearm. And there's no necessarily particular reason why. I just, when I was younger, didn't have a lot of cash. They were a little out of my price range. And as I got older and started having the finances to get stuff, I was, buy a lot of stuff that I wanted. I was also all collecting lever actions and double barrel shotguns and old school revolvers and stuff. So, and lots of times I would buy something I thought was cool. I liked buying some plinkers because it's always fun. They're usually cheap. Ammo's cheap. So I liked having a lot of plinkers, and of course, you probably haven't seen a lot of the videos because YouTube doesn't really like you doing videos on like ARs and AKs, but I was spending a lot of money on that too. And anyhow, so I just happened to have a good deal come by me. One of my FFLs was trying to offload some firearms that they'd had sitting in their case for a while, and this happened to be one of them. So I said, you know what, they gave me a good deal on it, and I picked it up. So let's go over some details on it. If you're a Springfield Armory fan, let me know what you think. And if you have the XDM Elite model, let me know your thoughts on it. So anyhow, I have the website pulled up here. And here we go, the XDM Elite handguns. And you can see them right there. A couple pictures of them. And there's kind of their 5 models, they say. And this one's the compact. I believe it's the left top one here, and it is optics ready. So anyhow, some of the things they say is it does have an ambi slide stop, which okay, I don't care, but I guess for the people who are left-handed, that might be a good function. Let me know if you have one of these, if you care if it's an ambi slide stop on a pistol like this. Personally, it doesn't do anything for me. Improved slide serrations. So for me, I don't know. I guess I never have a problem gripping a slide to pull it back or anything. So it's not like a super pro or con for me, but okay, it's there. Extended magazines. I do have on this one. I did put the extended magazine on there. There you go. So it's a little bit. I think it holds 1 round maybe. What is it? Yeah, +1. So there you go. Let's see here. What else does it have? Removable magwell, which I do not have the magwell. Oh no, I do have it. I did put it on there. Yep. Okay. So it does have a removable magwell. I like the magwell on there, so it's on there. Match grade barrel. So I have had this at the range now 1 time. And, okay, I don't know. We'll see longevity-wise is really, I guess, what a match barrel is going to do for you. So I can't really say much on it, but, handle's nice. And then loaded chamber indicator, which is there on the top, but you can see that in the bottom right image there. Yeah, so okay, sure. um, I mean, I guess that's good for some people and stuff like that. I mean, personally, I treat every firearm like it's loaded until I've checked it empty and verified it's not loaded, and then I can handle it. But if it's not, if I haven't verified it empty, I'm not going to go, oh look, an indicator's there telling me there's no rounds in it. No, because I don't trust that. So I'm going to slide it back, drop the magazine, slide the rack back, all that stuff. So I don't know, loaded chamber indicators. I guess they're a perk, but I don't know. I guess I'm just too old school. I just always check it. Always. Always, always, always. So, anyhow, let's go into some of the details on this thing. So, it's a 9mm forged steel. The slide is forged steel. Melanite finish, optics ready. The recoil system is captive. The weight is 27.5 ounces. The color is black. The frame is black polymer. Grip width is 1.2 inches. The length is 6.75 inches. The barrel is 3.8 inches. Hammered forged steel with a melanite finish. 110, I guess that's the twist. And then sights are fiber optic front and tactical rack U dot rear. And I want to talk about the sights, but let's talk about this. When you buy it, comes with 2 magazines. They're 14 round. Excuse me. The one I purchased came with 2 of the mag extenders and 2 extra back straps for your handle to put on there. So anyhow, the height is 4.58 inches. It MSRP's for $653. So, and yeah, I got it for. I'll be honest, I got it for about $100 less than that, maybe a little bit more. So, because the FFL I'm dealing with, they don't do a lot of, they don't have a lot of volume, but they needed to offload some stuff that they had left over from last year, and I was happy to oblige them. I picked up a few firearms that day. So, anyhow, let me get back over to this other screen here, and I'm going to show you. There we go. All right, let's see if I can get this up here so you can see it. Bam. So there's the little U in the back, which I really didn't know if I would, if it would make a difference for me or not. But when I had this out at the range, I really actually kind of liked it. So I'm looking forward to getting this firearm out at the range some more and getting familiar with it. And now, one thing I will say that is new for me regarding like a polymer framed firearm like this is that it does have your grip safety right there on the back. Kind of like, basically just like a 1911. So I don't have a lot of polymer firearms that have that feature. So anyhow, but this is one of the firearms I will be doing a video on down the line here. So let me know your thoughts. If there's anything you'd like me to test with it, any specific ammos or anything. I usually, just for doing testing and shooting stuff, I'm going to be using Federal or Blazer, Remington, stuff like that. So if there's anything you'd like to know, if you'd like to see some defense rounds through it, by all means. And actually, any of the firearms I do videos on, I usually don't do a lot of defense round stuff just because, defense rounds are expensive. And I like to save them more for just, when I do use them, that I'm using them for something specific for me to, get proficient at or something like that. But I don't have a problem if somebody puts a request in down in the comment section, or if people want to see a firearm cycle some defense rounds. By all means, put a comment down in the comment section of any video, and I'll look into doing that. So, all right. Whew. I almost sneezed there, I think. So, anyhow, that's my... I wanted to go over this XPM Elite, and mainly because it's the first Springfield I have purchased. So let me know your thoughts if you're a Springfield fan, if you have this one, anything. Like I said, it's not that I had anything against Springfield. It's just I never had. So I took this opportunity to. All right, so what is next? As you saw in the thumbnail, I wanted to talk about a non-lethal product I picked up, and I actually ordered this on Amazon. And it is by Kimber, and they are called here Pepper Blaster 2. Bam, look at that. Yep, so stop threats at a distance. It's 13 feet at 115 miles per hour. That's crazy. So, yeah, caution strong irritant. There's some instructions in the bag. I ordered a 3-pack because they weren't that expensive. So let's see here, bam, yeah. So I ordered a 3-pack just like this. It came in a box with 3 of those boxes. So anyhow, this is the guy right here, and I haven't tested this yet. And you know, I don't have a problem if somebody would like me to like to see this tested at the range. I will definitely take it to the range and try one of them out. And maybe take like a can of pepper spray or something so you guys could see the difference of it. But it does have a little trigger here, and the trigger has this little plastic piece that you have to push out of the way. You can push it either way if you're left or right-handed, and it's basically the first squeeze is one, either the top or the bottom, I can't remember, and the second squeeze is the bottom or the top, whichever the other one wasn't. So, but it you know, that's the size of it. And I thought, you know what? It was actually one of my fellow club members at the club that told me about these, and I said, really? So I picked some up. So we'll see how they do, but I also picked up a little holster so you can put it in your pocket. But I thought this would be great for like my fiance to put in her purse or something like that, or just me to have in my pocket. You know, even though I might have my carry firearm and a backup on me, but you know, if I have room, especially during the winter where I'm wearing a coat or something like that, you know, having this in there just to have it a non-lethal option if you would, you know, if you want it. But the other thing too is throw it in the car in the glove compartment. It does have, you know, it tells you that it, you know, there's the temperature rating on it or something like that. Like don't store in a certain temperature, I believe. So you have to be cognizant of that. But I thought they were pretty neat. So let me know if you've ever tried these, if you've purchased some or anything like that. Of course, they were made by Kimber, so you know I'm hoping they're pretty decent quality. So we'll see. But I'll probably get one out of the range and test it. But if there's something you'd like to see specific with it at the range, let me know. Put a comment down in the comment section, because what I'm probably looking at doing is just setting up a cardboard target, getting some like canned pepper spray and just spraying it at it, and then pulling that out and boom, hitting that and seeing how it does, what the pattern's like and stuff like that. So, but I am not going to irritate my eyes with it, at least intentionally. But but if you'd like to see a demonstration of it at the range, a specific like format of a demonstration, by all means put a comment down, because that video will be coming up probably down the line. Once I get one of these out there and can try it out. I'll probably wait till it's a little cooler, because with it so hot right now out there, it's so humid. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I mean, I was out with a spray painting the other day. I had to spray paint some stuff, and I tell you what, the paint just kind of hovered in the air. The atmosphere was just so humid and dense with moisture in it that it just hovered there. It was amazing. I was like, man, I've never seen spray paint just hover like that. It was crazy. It wasn't even blowing away because there was no wind. It was just hot and horrible. Anyhow, all right. I did bring up, though, just so you know, you can go over to, let me get to back here. Just so you know, Kimber's webpage does show these, but I ordered mine, and you can read about them, but I ordered mine from Amazon, so you can check it out there. All right. I'll tell you what. Let's see here. Let's get back here. All right. What am I sitting on time? Holy cow, I'm at like 13 minutes now. So I want to talk about some news articles. If you're not interested, that's fine. I get it. But there's a couple things that came out in the news recently. And, you know, I expressed my opinion on Twitter, which is now X. And there were some people that got a little upset. So I was going to talk about them. So let's do that. All right, the first one I want to talk about, and I'm sure all of you have heard about it, or at least most of you, is the Utah man. So, let's see here. I can stop that video. I don't need to play that. But a Utah man was killed by the FBI, pointed a gun at the agents before fatally shooting. So that is the report. Anyhow, if you haven't read about this, I mean, every news agency's covered it. It's been all over social media and stuff like that. And I made some comments on Twitter or X about it. And, I made the comment like, you know what, this guy didn't have to die, right? Now, and there was a lot of people who were like, oh, you know, you think he should be able to get away with that? There was a warrant out for him and all this. And I said, well, yeah, I mean, that's fine. I don't have a problem. Let me get back over here. I don't have a problem with, law enforcement doing their job. But, this guy was 75 years old. He was disabled. He walked with a cane. And I was like, there is no way, no reason they had to do what they did. There's nothing. They could have waited for him to hobble on out onto the front porch, and then, of course, everybody's like, well, then he might just start throwing bullets out and shooting people. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. And I said, it is on the duty of the government to ensure that every citizen gets their day in court, right? And so if they put somebody in a position where they felt their only means was to fire, then that's on the government, right? Now, we're still waiting for details. But, yeah, I personally think they should have just surrounded the house, blocked the driveway, and said, yeah, we're here until you come out, right? That would have been, in my mind, the safest bet. And of course, there was somebody else that left a comment there on me and saying, oh, you think the government should just bend over backwards for every criminal? I'm like, yeah, I do. I honestly do. That's my money. That's paying their salaries. And I want them to just bend over backwards for Americans. That's all I want. I want you to do every single thing possible to make sure that that person who you're saying committed a crime gets their day in court, right? We have the whole concept of innocent until proven guilty. So if you're going to apprehend somebody, especially somebody who's 75 years old, disabled, walks with a cane, yeah, there's a means to apprehend that person without breaking into their house. I'm just saying, and there's a lot of people out there that are like, back the blue no matter what. No. Don't get me wrong. I support law enforcement. I think I don't think they get paid enough, but I also support accountability and people, demanding their government uphold standards that we would want, upheld to us. So if I'm in a situation, let's say I'm falsely accused of something, this has all happened. People get falsely accused. The FBI has the wrong house or something like that. I would like to have the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, of course I'm going to criticize the FBI for what they did. So you tell me your thoughts down in the comments section. You know what I mean? But like I said, I have no problem. The guy made comments online. I have no problem with the government saying, we need to do something about this. We need to look into this. They did do an investigation. They got a warrant. That's all fine. I'm okay with that. That's the legal process, right? But, like I said, my tax dollars pay their salaries. So I demand that you take every single possible reasonable action necessary to ensure that person gets their day in court. That's all I'm asking. And I don't think they did. So, all right. Let's move on to the next one. So, the next one here, this is, and you might have heard of this one. This guy, video shows man hit and killed by SUV on I-25 after being tased by a county sheriff's deputy. And there's a video here. I'm not going to show it. I'm at the Denver Gazette. They have the video there if you want to go see it. This happened last month, I think, in July. But basically what happened was, a kid got pulled over. He was 25, I believe. No, he was 28. So he pulled over a kid that's 28. I guess he was driving kind of weird. And he had expired tags. And so the officer was like, yep, pulling him over. Not a problem. Got him pulled over. Even the guy, I guess, gave an alias or something. It wasn't his real name. Apparently he had warrants out for him and everything. Anyhow, so then the officer tells him, you're under arrest. And as soon as he says that, the guy starts running, right? So my thought is, okay, the guy's running. The guy has no indication of having a weapon, no indication of putting the officer in threat. My concern would be they're on a freeway, so this guy's running on a freeway. My concern would be to protect anybody from getting harmed on the freeway, right? And so the guy goes running after him with a taser. And when this kid gets to the rail on the highway, he jumps over the rail, and you can see in the video, the oncoming car. The kid's in the lane, trying to move faster across the highway. You can see the oncoming car, and the officer tases him, and the kid goes down on the ground. And that car didn't stop. And the officer gets, he can get out of the way, and he did. But the guy that's tased on the ground, he didn't get out of the way. And so, anyhow, yeah. So the guy got hit by an SUV because he got tased by the police officer. And I believe he died. I don't know if it was right there or if it was after he... Let me see here. Choices create a potentially no-win situation. Yeah, see, here in the article... Let me go back over to this. Jeez. It says, unfortunately, Mr. Thompson's choices created a potentially no-win situation. It wasn't a potentially no-win situation. There was a win-win situation. You knew who he was. You knew where he lived. You had his car. You could have just let him run. Right? You could have let him run. You could have got back into your vehicle, your police squad car, and you could have just driven around, make sure, with the lights on so people knew to slow down and warn people that there's some dude running around on the highway. But you didn't. And so, in my opinion, this is an officer failure, right? Personally, that's how I feel. Now, there's a lot of people that were like, oh, no, yeah, the guy's a criminal, blah, blah, blah. I was like, that's fine. You can think all you want, and I'm not going to disagree that he had, like I said, a warrant out for his arrest, whatever. He might have been driving drunk, who knows? But he didn't get his day in court, did he? He didn't get his day in court because he was killed by a car because he couldn't move out of the way, and he couldn't move out of the way because the officer tased him. So I made a comment online saying that when in my opinion, when you are pulled over or when a police officer approaches you, right, you're being detained. That's it. So if a police officer is holding you from doing whatever you were doing, whether you're arrested or whether you're had in handcuffs or not, if they're just asking you questions, you are technically being detained by that officer. And in my opinion, at that point, that your government law enforcement is detaining you, they are now solely responsible for the safety around you, right? Now, the kid ran, I get it. So that would in some way say that, okay, it's no longer the officer's obligation to keep him safe. Okay, but then the officer chases him down. And at this point, the guy died because of the officers, tasing him in the middle of a highway. And you might say, no, I don't buy it. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. There's that old saying, right? It's better that 10 guilty go free than 1 innocent suffer, right? Well, let him run. Where's he going to go? Did he have a history of violence? No. He had the officer looked up his stuff. He knew what his record was. He knew where he was going to live. He had his car, like I said. Just let him run. I mean, it would be different, of course, if somebody is running with a weapon and there's a potential that they could hijack a car, but this wasn't that. So, I don't know. I'm saying, yeah. I'm blaming this one on the police, personally. Same way with the other issue with the guy from Utah. I don't think that, the FBI needed to do that at all. I think they could have just waited it out. But you know what? There's a bunch of people out there, and I call them out. I'll call them a bootlicker every day. It's not that I'm against having laws and order, but I am against not holding the government that we pay, we pay all their salaries. I'm not against holding them accountable 100%, and I want everything they do scrutinized, period. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. Let's have law and order in a government that's highly scrutinized. Anyhow, I'll get off my soapbox there. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what your opinion is on this Springfield here, the XPM Elite. If you have one, if you haven't shot one, Springfield in general, let me know your thoughts. And, of course, this Kimber non-lethal pepper, what do they call it? Make sure I get it right here. Get it on there. There we go. Pepper Blaster 2. If you've tried one out, let me know what you think. If you carry one, I'd be interested to know. And then other than that, leave a comment down in the comment section if there's something you'd like to see at the range. I do have some really cool things coming up. I did buy a Beretta Storm I've been wanting one forever, so you know, and just other stuff come up, and then or they're out when I actually am like, okay, I'm ready to buy it, and then they're out, and then something else comes up, and I want to buy something else. So I finally actually got one. Palmetto State had some, and yeah, I jumped on that. So I need to get off their email list because I buy too much stuff there. So I bought a drop-in trigger. If you'd like to see a video on that, let me know down in the comment section. I'll probably have to put that one on Rumble. And then yeah, I've got some other things coming down the line. So yeah. I picked up a really cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. It's really cool. I saw it. I think there's a couple videos out on already, but I'm gonna keep it. Yeah. I gotta go pick that up tomorrow, I think, or maybe the next day. I don't know when it's gonna come in, but I think my FFL might already have it. So, all right, that's all I have for the video. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I don't do these videos very often recently from the table, the desk, whatever. So let me know what your thoughts are. If there's something I can do to improve it. If you'd like me to introduce various topics during the discussion, but before I did it, it was talking about a couple products and then talking about some news, and we'll see what people think. But let me know your thoughts on all the stuff I discussed. Put a comment down in the comment section, like I said, and y'all have a good day.